The Nightmare Under Her Bed. A scary story for anyone who cares to listen. The air was foggy, the kind of fog you get after a midsummer's rain. Except it was March. There was no wind to blow the trees, and a soft lullaby for the sleeping children. The only comfort was the nightmares awaiting them. Things that words cannot give justice. Things that love you, then kill you. The girl was asleep, if that's what you could call the restless nightmare-filled moment in between sleep and waking she was stuck in. She was used to the soft lullaby of the wind, the sweet sound of the neighborhood, people taking a run in the soft moonlight, the occasional car passing by. Tonight was different. It was like the world was on pause. No noise, no wind, no cars, nothing to fill her ears but her slow breathing. Then she had a nightmare. It was about something peculiar, something virtually indescribable. In the dream, she had a nightmare, except she couldn't remember what it was about, only that it scared her, and still did. Before getting out of her bed, she checked under her bed just for good measure. When she had, she wished she never did. She went to her parents' room and shook her mom awake. Her mom yawned before talking. What is it? What is it? She said, sounding slightly annoyed, but caring all the same. I had a bad dream, a nightmare. Her voice shook, and the hairs on her neck stood up. Here, let's go to your room, her mom said, no longer annoyed. Oh, okay, but then she remembered her dream. No, don't, she exclaimed, horrified. In the dream, something had stolen her mom's skin. Stolen it. It had been under her mom's bed. Mom heard noises under her bed and decided to check it out. There was a horrific creature. In fact, it seemed just like a human, except it had no skin, just organs and bones. Her mom was stuck there, frozen with utter terror. The thing came out of the bed. Then it closed the mom's eyes with frigid and raw fingers. So she was so afraid. She didn't have it in her to open them. She only heard 2 words before her world was turned upside down forever. It was the high, cold voice of the skin stealer saying 2 bone-chilling words. Good night. Then her skin was slipped off of her, leaving her bare, raw, and frigid. The only thought on her befuddled mind was to find and steal someone's skin. To live in the warm skin of a human. She is no longer human, nor is she animal. She was a skin stealer. Sheesh, I was just asking. I'll send Dad then, her mother said, sounding nothing like her true mother. Her voice was the same, but her tone was different. Her mother would never say that. She was a patient one with a kind face and healing hands. This wasn't her mother. It was the skin stealer. The skin stealer turned around and shook her father awake. They whispered together for a moment before her father got up and walked the girl's way. Come on, let's go to your room, Addie, he said soothingly. Okay, the girl was still frightened, but said okay anyway. The girl's father was slow as he walked, but the little girl was much faster, hurrying on to her bed. When she got there, she sat on her bed and pulled the covers up to her chin. Do you want to talk about it? He asked, as he sat on the girl's bed. The thing under my bed told me not to, the girl said softly. The dad laughed before saying, Don't worry, Adeline. It was just a dream. Somewhat hesitantly, he looked under her bed. What he saw under there was... No, it couldn't be. But she is in her bed now, safe and sound? Or was she? The dad saw a girl. The girl. It looked just like Adeline, except for the eyes. There was something. They were black. Completely, awestruckingly black. The dad decided to pretend everything was fine. Completely fine. Don't worry, honey, there's nothing there. You probably just imagined it. Adeline saw through his words, but decided to play along. Oh, okay, Daddy. Good night. Good night, honey. The dad then walked away, leaving Adeline in the pole of her dream. Then she did something that ended her life. She looked under the bed. The dad was walking away by that time. It looked back, but then did a double take. The black-eyed girl was sitting on her bed with a thick coating of hot, red blood on her hands and mouth. Her father nearly fainted at this eerie sight. Then he saw her, or what was left of her. Her corpse was so mangled, you could barely tell what it was. His father could. He knew. That night he killed himself. He couldn't live with it. Any of it. The Skinstealer faked sadness and grief. But in her heart, all she felt was blankness. She wasn't a human. She couldn't feel emotions. All she thought was that then she wouldn't have to deal with them or anything the child knew about her. That was why she sent the nightmare. She knew too much. Not the nightmare she had, of course. The nightmare under her bed. The end. Or is it? Don't forget to like it. The end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Monomoy Podcasters. Have a great day. And remember, horror isn't just the devils in your room and the nightmares of your imagination. Horror is what's in your home. Bye.